We just heard from our NBC reporter about what he saw during that missile strike. You were also in Lviv. Talk to me about what you saw, what you heard.
In fact, I was physically at the place where the missile attack happened. So cruise missile literally flew above our heads, and the explosion place was probably 500-600 meters from us. Luckily, it was another side of the railway station. And yes, it was confirmed that 7 people were killed, 11 injured. But it's a luck, because I was surrounded with hundreds of people from another side of this area. And it simply confirms that Russians are continuing this brutal strategy of missile war and shelling of Ukrainian citizen villages, as they're not really happy to combat Ukrainian army on the ground. So the risk is still high that it will continue on a daily basis.
Do you see this as just terror tactics? I mean, you heard Ali Arouzi talk about these missiles hitting a tire shop. That is not a strategic target that makes much sense for a multi-million-dollar cruise missile, unless you're just trying to keep a major city terrified all the time.
That's exactly, I think, this strategy is to keep tension and terrify everyone all around the country. Yes, they attack Lviv because Lviv is a gateway for humanitarian aid to Ukraine and also for military aid to Ukraine. Yes, in fact, all these 4 missiles was used for nothing, because they destroyed this car wheels repair service store. There were just some civilians there. Other missiles went to empty warehouses. So that's, in fact, the Russian strategy is to keep threatening everyone. But believe me, it's too late for us to be afraid of. The other side of this story, that it is another confirmation that we need more capabilities to protect the sky. We are speaking on that from day one. And this another attack on Lviv is saying that we need more air defense systems, because that's the only way how we can save people on the ground.
I want to ask you about what's going on the far side of the country in Mariupol. There, an advisor to the mayor accused Russia of holding up to 20,000 people in these filtration camps, essentially getting ready to move them out of the country into Russia, interrogating people on the ground. What's your understanding of the situation both in and around Mariupol?
During several weeks, everything what is happening in Mariupol, it's catastrophe. It's catastrophe of 21st century in the center of Europe. It's getting worse and worse, but again, it's difficult to be even worse, because people without access to food, water, to anything during all these weeks. Yes, we know about these filtration camps. For us, it is another war crime which is doing by Russians. Yes, we are doing on political level all possible things to save our people on the ground and to save the heroes of Mariupol. So these people are doing absolutely amazing heroic deeds, because this small group of Ukrainian warriors, they still keep a huge amount of Russian forces locked around Mariupol, not giving them any chance to move further to the north or to the east of the country. But the battle will continue. We now all understand that Vladimir Putin needs at least some victory. So that's why the situation around Mariupol and all south and southeast of the country will be more tough and just worsening within the upcoming weeks.
You talk about Putin needing a victory. I wonder, when you take into account all of the brutality we've just been talking about, do you think there can be a negotiated end to this war?
Look, we went so far that it's very difficult to negotiate something. Plus, Putin put himself into position when he needs to explain to his people what the hell he is doing in Ukraine, why so many losses in Russian army, and so on and so forth. I think now Putin is trying to defend his power and his influence, because during the history of Russian Empire, most of Russian leaders, Russian tsars who were losing wars, usually were losing their position. So that's why I think in the upcoming future, the chances for any negotiations are close to zero.